People, welcome once again to another episode of 18 Yard Box. Today, let's go around the world of Arsenal and look into the news about different things that's happening right now and break it down to the nitty gritty. Pick out what we need from them and just move as we go. Let's just get right into it. Eddie Nketiah, Arsenal Academy graduate, ALN graduate. Call me. Call me if you need goals. Eddie Nketiah has been linked to Crystal Palace. The fee is reported to be between 30 to 34 million pounds. And imminently, Crystal Palace are going to be placing a bid for Arsenal, second striker, deputy striker, in case of injury striker, because we know, I don't think there's a world whereby Eddie and Ghebreyesus will be fit and Eddie would actually start ahead of Ghebreyesus. We've seen that already. I think there is a world whereby Leandro Trossard can start ahead of Ghebreyesus, right? Based on the skill set, based on the games, based on managing minutes. Eddie, I just don't see it. And what that means is that doesn't improve our squad. So if we can get 30, 34, 40 million pounds for a player who is going to be very useful for Crystal Palace in the sense that I see Eddie as a striker who, if he plays 38 Premier League games, he can get between 12 to 15 league goals. And that will put you in what? The top 20 strikers in the league in that sense. I don't even know if Crystal Palace typically have players who score goals in the 10s and the 15s. No, they don't. The team would defend and who have never in a while for now, they haven't had a striker who you can call a goal-getter, who you can call a banger. I think he's 24 years old. He's at that age whereby he needs to decide what is best for his career. We gave him a very lucrative contract when his contract ended, and we gave him, I think, about £100,000. So if Eddie wants to go, I think we should allow him to go for a decent fee, for a very good fee, for a player we played nothing, nada for, zero. If we're getting 30, 40 million pounds back, good money, good business. Then we can decide, are we keeping Balogun? Is Balogun good enough to actually compete and fight for the starting berth? If we think it's not good enough, we get 50, 60 million pounds for Balogun. That's 100 million pounds right there recouped that we can use to invest in the squad. So that's the news when it comes to Eddie Nketiah being linked to Crystal Palace. I'm hopeful we're going to hear more about this as the time goes on. Arsene Wenger's statue unveiled yesterday. I'm sure everybody is aware of that. Magnificent leader, magnificent football manager, one of the greatest the Premier League has ever seen. He revolutionized the English game, dietary change, training changes, signing young players, giving young players the chance to develop properly. He made a lot of changes to Arsenal. We moved from Ivory to Emirates under the guys that this is going to open new frontiers and open us up to the world. He kept us in the Champions League for a very long time under very, very, very strict budgetary constraints. The greatest, the enigma, Arsene Wenger. Just a quick cube from him. Homage to Arsene Wenger, one of the best that ever did it. We're grateful for the time. We're grateful for your influence in moving and creating new frontiers. And you're welcome with open arms. You're welcome. And we hope you live long and long and long to see us win a lot of laurels, the Champions League especially. We want to see Wenger experience Arsenal winning the Champions League. Thank you so much, Professor Monsieur Wenger. Now, moving on to a kind of a very ridiculous news. There's nothing to it more than wishful thinking, in the sense that, not that I don't think Arsenal is capable of buying a player of this caliber. We've shown that we have the resources to match our contemporaries in Europe. But I'm thinking the profile of the player, the ego of the player, where he's going to play. It's just rumor. Like, according to Julio Baptista, our former center forward, I can never forget Julius Baptista, 4 goals against Liverpool. We always have a knack of scoring ridiculous amount of goals against Liverpool. If I'm not mistaken, I think Arsenal Liverpool has probably produced the highest number of goals since the inception of the Premier League. For some reason, like 5-4, 4-4, 6 something. Like, it's ridiculous. But Julio Baptista thinks Neymar could be the key to complete Arsenal. I think Neymar is 31 years old now. We can buy him, give him a 2 year contract, so we don't get saddled when he finally drops. He's a player who gets injured a lot. He misses a lot of games. He, on the average, plays about 35 games a season. So if you're playing the Champions League, Carling Cup, FA Cup, you have what, 50, 60 games a season, especially if you get to the latter stages of those competitions. Neymar is not even durable enough to play in a PSG team with so much talent and so little pressure when it comes to their league. Is it going to be durable for us? That is a question. You're talking about £100 million footballer, which is about £500,000. Is the positive going to outweigh the negative if you put it on the scale? Yeah, if he's going to win us the Champions League, but you don't go into a transfer thinking like that. You go into a transfer, especially for forward, with the objective that, okay, you're going to keep this player for a while. He's a good player. He's durable. Durability is a very big deal for me. It's one of the reasons why I've always liked and loved Granit Xhaka. It's one of the reasons why I always love Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Always fits, plays 50 games a season, injures maybe once or twice a season, 2 weeks, 1 week. That's it. It's one of the reasons why I was excited about Declan Rice. Durability. Martin Odegaard, durability. Bukayo Saka, durability. These are players who would never get injured, right? Benjamin White, absolutely durable. Benjamin White has been worth every single penny we paid for him. The £50 million is well spent in every sense of the word. Gabriel Magalhaes, absolutely durable. We need durable players who can always stay fit, who can push the level of the squad up. So I'm not particularly forced about buying Neymar. Going on, there's news today that Stan Kroenke, our owner, has turned 76 years old, right? A billionaire. He's investing his stocks into Arsenal. I think he's now 100% owner. So since what, 2018, if I'm not mistaken. And you've seen like the level of outlay ever so slightly increasing since he became the owner and not just the majority shareholder, the outright owner of the club. So it's now his thing. He controls the stakes and controls everything. And things are looking up for us, especially with Josh Kroenke getting so involved with our everyday dealings. I think that's about it, guys. There's not too much else to say, other than I can't wait for the games coming up on Wednesday, the Emirates Cup. That team and the team in Community Shield will show Mikel Arteta's mind with respect to who are the people who are going to be starting the season, who are the people he already favors. Right? Is Kai going to be playing the left eight really? That's a question that we need answers for. Who's going to start between Martinelli and Leandro Trossard? We know Saka is going to start. We know Martin Odegaard is going to start. Right? We know Saliba is going to play. We know Gabriel is going to play. We know Ramsey is going to play. Those are the positions in our team that 100% are going to play. Gabriel Jesus is going to play. So every other thing is up for grabs. Thomas Partey, yeah, is going to play. Now we want to see, okay, Thomas Partey, Declan Rice who's playing the six. Is Declan Rice going to play the eight? Is Havertz going to play the eight? Is Trossard going to play on the left wing, or Martinelli is going to play? So we are in a very envious position, and you just need to remain positive that everything is going to come together and we can finally win the Premier League after 2 decades of being also runs, 2 decades of absolute mediocrity, 2 decades of not investing properly in the playing squad, 2 decades of buying injury-prone footballers, 2 decades of just nonsense, just absolute rubbish, garbage football. We can finally get out of this stage, this mediocre mind, and push forward and be positive and play with dedication and play with what the badge means. We have players in our squad right now that we absolutely love, that we adore. The Sakas, the Martinellis, the Trossards, the Odegaards, we love them. So stay positive, guys. Do have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. Goodbye. Stay absolutely blessed. Thank you.